Although it's called real estate investing, we actually think of this very much as a team sport. We think that this is relationship investing. Our relationships with the residents that live in our homes, the investors that bring capital to these projects, and to our staff that run these projects are what is most critical to us.
That's right. We're not just looking at doing this next deal with an investor or renting this home to this tenant. We're looking at how can we serve that person year after year on deal after deal, or serve that resident for years to come. We believe that the success of our business is not measured in dollars or doors, but in the relationships that we create, our reputation, and leaving a lasting impact on the world, something that is still here and still better for it after we're gone.
In everything that we do, we focus on adding value. We like long-term value and we like massive value.
We don't just repaint cabinets, we will replace cabinets. We don't just refinish old laminate countertops, we will install new stone countertops. And we'd like to think that the value that we are adding to a property is going to stand a lifetime. 50 years from now, people will still be benefiting from the value that we've created. Our favorite thing is when people will call us because we've taken kind of the least nice property on the block and made it the nicest on the block. And we know that we're creating lasting value, not just for our residents and for our investors, but for our community.
Because of the unique way real estate is valued, improving the income statement can drive tremendous value. So by increasing revenue and decreasing costs through our exceptional management, we're able to radically increase the value of properties.
In fact, sometimes the most critical value add piece that we find is just getting our management systems into place where we're creating that exceptional living experience, or creating an experience where there wasn't one to begin with.
A new venture we're going into is new construction, and that's been one of the most enjoyable experiences for us, to see what used to be a field and know that we are creating housing there that will outlive us, that will last for 100 or years more. And it's so easy to see the very tangible value that we've created there. So whether we're taking a property and improving it with value add renovations, or we're improving the value of a property through increasing the management expertise, or we're taking just bare land and building something new, we love that everything we do in residential real estate drives value for the community, for the people who will live in those housing, and for investors alike.
And every step of the way, we're obsessed with quality and continuously improving our quality. Sometimes that may not seem like the most profitable thing to do in the short run, but because we're long-term focused investors, we find that quality always pays. If we were to just repaint those cabinets instead of ripping them out and putting in brand new solid wood cabinets, we'd probably have to repaint those cabinets again a few years from now. By putting in high quality stone countertops, we never have to worry about them. They're good to go for the next 50 years and can be enjoyed by the tenants, and investors don't have to worry about the ongoing maintenance costs associated with that.
We are long-term buy and hold investors, and that business strategy and decision drives everything we do. We built our entire real estate portfolio while we were both working in very demanding professions. Nick is an engineer and myself as a physician, while also raising a very young family. Because of that experience, we uniquely understand the demands that are on busy professional families, and we take that into consideration in everything that we do. We've developed an investment process that is easy, simple to understand, and very streamlined so that it can best leverage what's most important to our investors, which is their very precious time. You've probably heard that we're buy and hold investors, and that core decision drives every other decision that we make. When we buy a property, we renovate it, and we manage it, we're always focused on the long term.
We model our entire principles after Sam Zell, Warren Buffett, other titans of investing, and Warren Buffett will tell you that the best target hold period for any investment is forever. And if you aren't targeting a forever hold period, you might be doing something wrong. You might be trying to time the market, or you might make short-sighted decisions. So investors who are trying to target a 3 or 5 year hold period, they may not be making the same investment in the long term in the relationship with the resident, or the types of renovations or maintenance standard for the property, or the relationships with the investors or the community where that property is located. So we think that the best hold period for any investment is forever, just like Warren Buffett recommends, and that's how we run our whole business.
Instead of targeting a sale, we target a refinance event that's called a cash out refinance. And this allows us to get new bank debt on that asset, to get all of investor capital back, to give that back to our investors. But then we all continue to benefit from the yield of that asset for a longer hold period. And that means that we're able to create an infinite cash on cash rate of return. That's the business plan that we have used for our entire portfolio for the entire 10 years that we've been investing. And we're so excited to share that very powerful business model with as many investors as possible.
We believe that mindset is everything, that it shapes everything that we do and our entire business plan. One example of that is the belief that the obstacle is the way. While everyone else is focusing on the one thing that stands between you and success, if you find the way through or around that obstacle, it becomes the thing that sets you apart from the competition. It becomes your strategic advantage, and other people just kind of scratch their heads and wonder how it is that you did it. We believe in playing the infinite game. We don't believe in a world of winners and losers. We believe in a world of infinite and perpetual value creation. We don't want to win the game. We want to stay in the game forever and build something that lasts forever. And finally, we believe in limitless potential. We think it's very likely that we will have $1 billion in assets under management within about 6 or 7 years with the way things are going right now. And we know that if we build an organization with that $1 billion vision in mind, it will come to be reality, because we're all beings of limitless potential. We believe that the qualitative characteristics of a property trump every other consideration when we're looking at what kind of property we want to acquire for our investors.
And we very much practice what we preach here. We try to walk at least 1,000 properties per year, so that when we find a good property, we just know it intuitively. We know that there's something special or unique or valuable about that property, whether it's the location or the exterior or the floor plans, or there's an opportunity to really improve that property and make it a wonderful living experience for residents. And all of this is a very qualitative feel from having deep expertise in residential real estate.
That's right. And then we'll go do the quantitative work as well. We will get a quote from the insurance agent. We will reach out to the assessor and check taxes. We'll scrutinize the financials for that property, estimate how much that property might rent for, and make sure that this is a property that's going to cash flow, that's going to be profitable.
That allows us to focus on finding cash flowing assets that have perennial value, that will be assets that we're not only excited to own the day we close because it's generating cash flow, but we're excited to own them in 10, 20, 50 years because there's something that has intrinsic value there.
We are a very vertically integrated real estate investment firm. So we have a real estate sales team, a number of real estate agents that work for us. I'm a licensed real estate agent as well. We own a property management company, so we manage the assets that we acquire. We also raise our own capital, building a personal relationship with our investors versus using institutional capital or some other way of funding our deals. And then finally, we do our own construction as well, managing job sites, making sure that the quality of those renovations is up to our standard, that we're going to be excited about owning that property for the indefinite future. All these things together, that vertically integrated value chain, allows us to improve and streamline efficiencies, reduce costs, and create incredible certainty of execution and outcome for our investors.
Because we're a small family-owned business, everything we do in business is a reflection of who we are as people, and we take the same values that we practice in our personal life and in our family life and apply those to our business.
We believe in leaving everything that we find better than we found it. So That could be a relationship, a property. It could be the life of one of our residents that we have a chance to change forever. We believe in focusing on the long term. We believe in being obsessed with quality and continuously improving that quality.
We believe in doing the right thing and the hard thing, even if that isn't easy. So that can be having a challenging conversation, or making a difficult business negotiation, or putting in an expensive renovation when a cheaper job might do for the short term but wouldn't serve anyone in the long term.
We believe in leading with value, offering value without expecting anything in return. And if this resident, this investor, whatever the case may be, finds it valuable, that value is going to find its way back to us every time.
We believe in open, honest, transparent communication that allows us to create mutually beneficial win-win relationships that stand the test of time.
And we believe in timeless principles, in ideas that never change. If something is a really powerful business model today, it's something we're going to look at if it was a powerful business model 20 years ago.
We have found that repetition is the mother of all skill, and repetition is the mother of all success. In our real estate investing journey, we have put together over 100 deals. Because of this, we have a great deal of experience in all aspects of the deal, from finding a good deal, negotiating that deal, analyzing the financials, getting to the closing table, and then operating the deal after closing. This level of experience drives a great deal of certainty and security that we're able to handle all of the inevitable obstacles that come during any given transaction. In all of our time working with investors, we have never failed to make an interest payment, and we have never lost capital because of our great deal of experience.
As experienced entrepreneurs and experienced professionals, we know that setting and maintaining the culture of our organization is the most important thing that we do. In my career as a technologist, I had the privilege to lead a lot of professionals. At one point, I had 13 teams of software engineers that I managed, millions of dollars of software projects in progress, and it would be impossible for me to try to manage any one piece of the puzzle there. Setting the culture for everyone was the most important thing that I did. As a doctor, Elaine provided healthcare for countless patients, managing other healthcare professionals, and she knew that there's no way every possible detail could be overseen directly by her, but what she could do is set the culture for the care those patients received. And we know that at Black Swan Real Estate, it's impossible for us to field every phone call, to talk to every tenant, but we know that when we set the culture for our team, for our investors, for our residents, for everyone that's in our ecosystem of care, amazing things are going to happen as a result.
When we started Black Swan Real Estate, I don't think we had any idea of the business that we would come to create. We started with one single family home that was the home that I lived in before we got married, and then slowly grew our portfolio, and then we had this opportunity to work with other investors to grow even faster, and that has been such an amazing experience. Now we're able to see every single day the value that we create for our residents, the change that we're making in the community, the mark that we're making in the field of property management, and the tremendous value that we're able to yield to investors that allows their families to change, that allows them to experience financial freedom and financial abundance that is completely life-changing. It's been life-changing for Nick and I, and we want as many people as possible to be a part of that. We very much feel that we are called by the universe to do even more, to serve even more, to impact as many lives as possible. And now we have set our sights on huge, what people might call impossible goals of $1 billion of assets under management, because it's not just the dollar figure that we're talking about there, but the number of residents, communities, and investors that we can impact.
If you'd like to be a part of this story, if anything you've seen here resonates with you, if you'd like to invest with us, go to meetblackswan.com right now and schedule a call with us today. We'd love to connect.